All right, there we go. Welcome to the call, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see the early birds getting the worm on here. Everybody's just piling in right now. I see, we see some fun people on here. There we go. Mr. Jim Bob Coates is on here. I like it. Austin's on here. Good stuff. Who else? Miss Donna. We got Desiree on here. John JT Taylor, our lead marketer's listening always. Miss Mo Huddleston, what's going on, Mo? Putnam, see you on here. Rod Coots, Mr. Steven Smallwood. I'm gonna need you over here, Smallwood. Let's see. There's Mr. Steven Smallwood. All right,
hey,
how's everyone doing? Today's May 3rd. We're gonna have some fun on here today. So some of y'all just started the protocol this past weekend. Some of y'all are 1 week in. Now, this is where the fun really starts happening. So I'm gonna talk with the 1 week inners, and then we're gonna be able to listen to Miss Ray Beverly. Some of y'all have seen her pictures online. Some of y'all have made money on her pictures online. Wendy Robbins is on here. Many of y'all have seen her pictures, and many of y'all have made money on her before and after pictures. That's the fun part about this. Is, man, we get all the superstars on here, all the social media celebrities coming on here with us today. I love it. Text y'all's people, let them know we're getting started. We always have the famous Mr. Kevin Kempton, our leader in everything that we do here. Thank you for being on, Kevin. Y'all just had a good meeting earlier today too, with more people wanting to get started. That was awesome. I got to be on the phone with y'all. There's some fun stuff. So Kevin, let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about week 2. Wendy and Ray, I'm gonna have y'all kind of chime in after Kevin talks also, but just kind of as your first week happened, this is where all the questions really start coming in. There was questions always before, then everybody's losing a bunch of weight, Kevin. They go, uh-oh, I didn't lose weight today. What's going on? Yeah, guys, we're not supposed to lose 3 pounds every single day for 30 days. Sorry, you're not gonna lose 90 pounds. Okay, right, I would. Some of us would shrivel up and that wouldn't be good. So Kevin, talk to us for the people finishing week 2 right now. And then for everybody that just started this weekend, we're going to go into really how to get week 1 kicked off. So go ahead, Mr. Kevin Kempton.
Yeah, so I mean, you're finishing up. We talk about how to get started on the program. We talk about the importance of preparation, getting things planned out ahead of time. And those people that have gone through 1 week of this program, you realize how important that preparation is, right? To have the food ready to go when you're hungry or you're tired or it's time to eat. That's not the time to start trying to figure out what you're going to eat. So planning ahead for those people who are finishing week 1, or if you're finishing week 2, you see the value of this. And that's really what we want to focus, because as you go through this system, each week builds upon the other. You start feeling better, looking better. Jonas, you and I refer to week 1 as Hell Week, not because week 1 has to be hard. That name kind of misleads some people, because some people, the first week is really quite easy. But what it really symbolizes to me is you're breaking your old habits. You're getting rid of some of those go-to foods, whether it's emotional or addictive to those foods, psychological, whatever. That first week can be really challenging. But what you just said, Jonas, you're losing 2 to 3 pounds a day that first week, which is awesome. Yeah. It's very motivating. If the first week you're one of the people who made a few mistakes, week 2, your weight loss slows down quite a bit as your body tries to recover from some of those mistakes. So don't let those days where you don't have any weight loss get you mentally down. Don't let it get you emotionally distraught. Don't let that take you down. Wendy, you're shaking your head. Yes, I know you went through the program. Weight loss was slower, but you lost a lot more inches and, from head to toe. Yeah. And so it's not always about the number on the scale. We want to start getting that out of your mindset. The scale is an indicator. And it's a great thing on this, like Christmas, you get up every day and expect to see a half a pound or a pound off, and that's awesome. But on those days where it's not, the scale is not the measure of success or failure. It's completing the 30 days. It's working through those challenges that come up. It's journaling. So Jonas, at the end of the first week, really what the message is to people is really start to look at what worked well for you the first week on the program and where did you struggle. Make a plan at the end of this, since the last week's over, we're beginning week 2, make a plan about how to get rid of some of those things that didn't work for you. And most of that's going to center around planning, getting your meals prepared ahead of time, getting that food portioned ahead of time, And if you're finding that you're struggling with the food, you don't like it, you want to start experimenting with seasoning and making, spend a little bit more time making your meals. You can make some phenomenal food and dishes on this program. It does not have to be basic food, but it doesn't have to be difficult either if that's not what you want. So Jonas, that's kind of the tips I would do for getting ready for week 2 is prepare, and correct the mistakes you made during week 1, because you're going to see some phenomenal results. Jonas, I know you've got some different things you like to talk about too. So why don't you tag team with me on that?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So as I look at this transition from week 1 to week 2, again, Thursday night we talked. And just if y'all can hit me in the chat real quick, if you've already gone through your first full week, I want you to text in the chat how much you have lost today since your total weight loss. So if you can just hit us in the chat, I want to see some of these numbers of how much you've lost. 13 pounds, 9.2 pounds, 6 pounds, 7 pounds, 10.8 pounds, 10 pounds, 8 pounds, 12, 6, 14, 12, 12.8, 10.2, 11.1, 9, 10.8, 7.5, 6 pounds. Y'all see what's going on here? Yeah, we're crushing it right now. Y'all are doing great. So here's what we got. Y'all went and lost a ton of weight. The body really flushes through inflammation week 1. Some of y'all even got on your machines that tell you, but Jonas, I lost muscle. Guys, don't worry. The machines don't know everything. Sometimes it sees inflammation as hydration, and it doesn't necessarily see it as dry, lean mass. Okay, so no matter how expensive the machines are, even your DEXA scans, your $35,000 scales, we have another $10,000 one in my office. They don't get to see everything. Okay, so don't really worry and focus too much on muscle week 1, because a lot of that was inflammation that's just being flushed out that fools the machine. Really from here on out, now let's start paying attention to muscle. Start paying attention to body fat now. Some of y'all might have gone up in body fat percentage and going, well, what's going on? Because of the inflammation, it says, again, and the machine thought it was hydration. That's why it shows, I might have lost muscle and gone up in body fat. No. The body's going, hold on. You just fed me a ton of fat last weekend, and now you're having me lose all this weight. What the heck's going on here? So the body isn't fully trusting you yet, and that's fine. It's not supposed to in week 1. Imagine if it trusted us when we go out on a spring break or on a vacation. If it trusted us, most of us probably wouldn't be alive today, including that of myself. I like to have too much fun on vacation. So the body never wants to lose too fast. It never wants to gain too fast. The body it's trying to balance out, but it's also trying to trust you right now. So by the time we get from the end of week 1 to the end of week 2, if you haven't started noticing anything yet, you're going to start to notice your face. You're going to start to notice your chin, your neck, your décolleté, your shoulders. You're going to start to see, hey, you know what? I'm noticing something. I'm looking in the mirror. Hey, I'm looking pretty good. What's going on here? That's just natural. It takes your body about 2 weeks to really see it. This is when people come to my office and go, Jonas, I've tried every diet underneath the sun. Oh, really? How long did you do it for? About a week? Yeah. And everybody's good at doing something for about 3 to 5 days. And they're like, yeah, I'm over it. The weekend's here. Because they don't have somebody, they don't have an accountability buddy. They don't have a coach. They don't have a Facebook group. They don't have emails going to them. They don't have an entire company that is here to help back them up and answer all of their questions. So what's going to start happening, and it might have happened to y'all this weekend. I got a text message this morning, but I didn't lose any weight. That's fine. Your body's going to lose, and it's going to hang on. It's going to go, hold on. Are you trying to kill me? And as long as it knows, hey, I'm feeding you again, it's going to drop again. So y'all are going to see dips and plateaus, dips and plateaus, dips and plateaus. It is not time to start an apple day unless you've gone 4 days with no weight loss. So I'm getting, oh, should I do an apple day? I didn't lose any weight. Calm down, calm down. Trust the process. Again, get with your accountability buddy so that way you can talk. And really we go from there, because this is the transition where the body goes, okay, I'm going to stop burning inflammation, click, click. Now let's go into fat burning mode. This is where that state of what's so popular now called ketosis, you go into a state of what's called nutritional ketosis. So the vibe, remember, is going to help consume a lot of that fat and protect the muscle. We want the vibe to consume the fat, so that way that's what is consuming about 1,500 calories a day in fat, even though we're consuming about 600 to 800 calories a day. So your body's still getting about 2,000 calories in, 600 to 800 exogenous, and then the other 1,500, the endogenous ketones that we're really getting, and calories, I should say, that we're getting. Wendy, talk to us real quick. You went through, you went and crushed this. You went through week 1, and you saw yourself, you had some questions. What would you kind of give yourself again? And let's start, why did you do this? Number one. And then kind of what tips and tricks can you get people with that week 1 to week 2 transition? Miss Wendy Robbins, take it away.
Thank you. Thanks, Joan. First off, I'm really glad to be on. So thank you very much for that. So what I did is in our group, I was in the beta group, I shed the least amount of weight, I think almost, but the most inches. Woo, look at me. Dang, that just shocked me. So look at that before. Look at that inflammation, the belly, the face. I love you. I love you as you are. And then I like this even better. So 30 days later, look at the back. I mean, I was a big mama. I didn't even know I was this big of a mama. And then I love you as you are. And then I like that even better, the 30 days later. So, what I would recommend is to connect with your accountability friend for sure. Connect in and ask questions on the 180 group. Some of you guys are doing a great job on that. Connect in, and if you've got teams that have smaller WhatsApps, that's great. And we're starting to use hashtags, Jonas, because people were getting lost. So we're using hashtags for recipes and hashtags for the fat loading, so that instead of going like trying to tell everybody, it's just simple, it's just hashtags. So that might be really good with your groups. My biggest deal was not being able to release emotionally. Now I'm able to. Look, there's already a tear growing. I haven't even told you why. I was, some of you know, I was a heart attack waiting to happen. I was in the hospital and my blood pressure was so high that the doctor started to cry. And that's not a good sign when the doctor cries. And I asked my mom, who had just died, am I coming to join you? And she said no, and I believed her, and here I am talking to y'all. So you don't know whose life you're going to impact. You don't know. It's not about like, hey, I look better. Yay for the compliments. Woo, I look okay in a bathing suit. That's not it, you guys. It's losing the visceral fat around your heart, around your organs, so that you can breathe better. You're going to live a longer life. You're going to live a longer life. And to me, that's worth everything. So the difference between week 1 and week 2 is don't get discouraged if you've lost a lot, like we saw all the people shedding weight and, oh my God, amazing amounts of inches and I mean, amazing amounts of pounds. And don't make that your thing. Look at the whole system. Look at your age. If you've got one of those scales, get a digital scale. Jonas, that would be the most important thing. Get a digital scale. I'm just getting a digital measuring tape just to make sure I'm accurate. So you can go on Amazon and look at those things. That's really important. Make sure not to cheat. I had someone today ask me if they could fast. I was like, because your body, you guys, we're on a 500 to 800 calorie diet. You definitely don't want your body to go, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Let's hold it. Whoa, she's killing us. So make sure, just follow the book and follow it and love on yourself and massage your tummy, like massage her or him and massage and tell it how much you love and how appreciative you are that your organs like are feeling better. That's part of it. Journal, emotional, what Kevin said. Am I leaving stuff out, Jonas, that you feel is important? The difference between week 1 and week 2? You don't, the biggest one, don't compare yourself to other people. So I started to do that. I started to be like, oh, isn't that great? You lost 13 pounds. I lost 2. I mean, I'm kind of kidding with my attitude, but in other words, I was loving everybody, but I was pissed that like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I lose it? And so I called Jonas sometimes. I went, Jonas, dude, now I can't even poo. Like, what the heck? And I asked him about triglycerides and stuff because I was reading too much. Keep it simple, you guys. Keep it really simple. If you're having trouble pooing, smooth move. It moves you. Yoga moves you. Move your body. Love on yourself. Right? Jonas, too. 2 pounds down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember, we didn't get fat because we were really big athletes and moved around. We got heavy because we sat too much and we didn't move. And so tell your body, oh, let's move. So you can dance, like dance wildly. Just make sure your heartbeat is 120, not more than 120. And that's really all I have to tell you, because I know there's more people than me on the call.
Awesome, Wendy. Well, thank you so much. We'll come back to you before we get off tonight as well. But I love your insight. Yeah, I mean, so Wendy, you lost, not even 20 pounds, but you lost 44 inches over your whole body. You were a shrink wrap. from inflammation, because your body also is going to gain and start gaining lean body mass. For those of y'all that are getting the scales that can read everything, your body will start gaining the lean body mass. Again, we want 9 to 12 servings of fruits and veggies. You're getting that on a daily basis. So your body goes, oh, I know what to do with this. Let me put it in my bones, put it in the muscle, put it in the organs. Let me hang on to this because this is good weight. This is weight that's going to help you move around better and have that energy a lot better, because now we're strengthening the body. Kevin, anything you wanted to add or to what Wendy had to say?
Wendy said it really good. I like the emotion piece of it. Just remember that the emotions that you suppress on the way up, you're going to uncover on the way down. And as you address those emotions, JT would say, as we were talking to the beta group and the alpha group, a lot of times I think Jonas, you're the one who introduced to him, said, what's holding you back? What are you emotionally stuck on? What's happening with you? And so it's good to do that. Wendy was saying how she got frustrated because people were losing more weight than her. And people, that is a real emotion. How many people get up and see no pounds on the scale and your whole family knows it because you're just angry that day? You've got to let go of that daily process and just embrace the 30-day overall spectrum and look at the start to finish. And that's Wendy's story, really, right? Starting day 1, finishing day 30. What an amazing transformation. At the end of that, Wendy, I think I could safely say that frustrating scale wasn't so frustrating for you when you saw the results at the end, right? I mean, everything came into perspective for you.
Yeah, I even fit into Karen's bathing suit because mine was so big on me in Costa Rica that she was tying knots in it. And I was like, no, I can't do that. And Karen is a much smaller woman than I am, but not now. Hello. Also, make sure to get a big sippy cup. It's very delightful. It's like you just sip on it like a kid. You hold it, tells you really good stuff. And then you just drink way too many of these.
Drink a lot of water. Yes, a lot of water is good. So let's transition from the end of week 1 to Kevin. We just had a lot of people finish loading. And if y'all are on loading, I'd like to see how much weight did you gain on loading. If y'all can hit us in the chat real quick, how much weight did you gain over Saturday, Sunday? Did you hit that 3 to 5 pounds? Did you go over the 5 pounds? If y'all can hit us in the chat, let's see how much weight you lost gained. 4 pounds, 11 pounds, 5 pounds, perfect, 3.5 pounds, 5.6 pounds, 4.5 pounds. This is good stuff. 4.8. Nice. We're ready to start. We're ready to start today, right? Y'all gain that weight. You ate that fat. I know I had this question. Jonas, why do y'all call it biohacking? And here's why we call it biohacking. Most of the time, because when we look, like our machine is an InBody 570, when you see it, a lot of times your weight is high, your fat is high, and your muscle is low. And I always say that's the less than symbol in math class, if y'all remember math class. So that tells me that you're eating less than you should. So your body doesn't trust you with fat. So what we're really trying to do is we're trying to say, hey, bring in a bunch of fat so we wake the body up. That's why we call it biohacking. I had that because I have some keto-friendly people that were going, hold on, what is this all about? What we want to do is we want to boost the amount of fat that your body's taking, because it's typically you're not eating enough. So if we can get you to eat more, now your body goes, great, I'm awake now, ready to work because I'm here to save you. You're eating too much fat. So we trick it into saving us. And again, it opens the fat floodgates. Boom, Monday today, for all of y'all that have gained more than that, 4.5 pounds, let's get started. Today is the fun day. And you wake up tomorrow and you're going, dang, my scale's back down already. I already lost all that weight in one day. That's how fast it happens. Kevin, why do we biohack? What can they look forward from that transition to loading to kicking off the fat burning phase 2?
Yeah, the biohack, there's no way I like to say that, which is the simple way is the body's broken and then we're going to unbreak it. We're going to reset, just like hitting reset on your computer where it's not doing things as it should. It's not printing to the printer. You hit the reset button and everything's working and functioning right. And that's kind of what we're doing here. So loading, like you said, we're going to, you just finished that. We're getting the body balanced out. We're getting those calories in there. The body's metabolism kicked up and we're going to start that fat burning. And what that fat burn is going to do, Jonas, is it's going to take everybody this next week and we're going to start shedding a lot of toxins, a lot of chemicals. We're going to start detoxing the body. That's why we call it Hell Week. Some people might have a headache. If you do, take your ibuprofen or acetaminophen, whatever you take for your headaches. That's the number one question. Hey, I've had a headache. What can I do? Well, you take your stuff to deal with a headache. We have our habits that we have. So loading, I see on the chat screen here, I mean, we see all the people here, 5 pounds, 6 pounds, 11 pounds, 12 pounds, 4 pounds. You guys are doing great. Get that loading in, start that first week. But just like I started out the call for you people that are starting on your reduced calories right now, get your food planned if you haven't done it already. Go get your food. It doesn't take too long to get that done. I spend about 2 hours and it gets me food for the first 3 weeks of my program. So for the first 3 weeks of the program, I don't even have to think. I go to the fridge and I get my beef or I get my chicken. If you're doing some of the vegetarian stuff, you can do the vegetarian supplements, but you have everything ready to go and it's set. So Jonas, you mentioned losing the weight in the first day. Guys typically lose their loading weight in the first day. Girls typically lose their loading weight over the first 2 days. And we saw that evidence from the first group tonight. People are down 10 pounds, 12 pounds, 13 pounds because they gained 5 pounds in loading. They've lost all that weight. Plus, you're going to lose that loading weight again throughout that first week. So if you gain 5 pounds, you should be down around 10 pounds to 11 pounds the end of week 1. That's how you know you're on track. If you gain 5 pounds in loading and you're only down 7 pounds at the end of week 1, you want to figure out, what am I not doing right? What mistakes am I making so that you can maximize week 2 and 3? So that's kind of the tips I would give them, Jonas, is get ready for that first week. Get ready and have your food ready to go. And you're going to, and as Wendy said, get something that's convenient to drink out of, because you're drinking a gallon a day. You need to have that ready. Oh, she grabbed it right there again. And I find a straw is the best way to drink water on this program.
Chug it on down. So yeah, as we have this transition, y'all, I'm seeing these questions a lot. Well, why isn't this on here? Well, why isn't that on? Don't ask yourself that. Do you ever wake up in the morning and go, why does the sun rise in the east and set in the west? It's just how it does it. Okay. This protocol has been around for over 50 years. Just don't question it. Now, are there foods that are out here that were here that weren't there 50 years ago? Yes, but let's not try and reinvent the wheel. So save your time by, instead of saying, oh, hey, why can't we have this? Or can we have that? Or I don't get it. What's the philosophy? Just don't even ask it. What's the philosophy on why the sun rises in the east? Is it going to change anything? No, it's going to rise in the east. So don't sit there and try and break it down, because then you really just go down a rabbit hole that you really don't need to go. Just say, you know what? This is what I got to do. This is what I'm going to do. I didn't wake up in the morning and go, why does my alarm go off at 7 a.m.? I got to go. I got to get up. I got to get rocking and rolling. So don't ask those questions. Why does summer come after spring? I don't know, but it's hot as heck out here in San Antonio today. It's like 97 degrees. Like,
hey, Jonas,
why is it 97 degrees? It doesn't matter. What's that?
Sorry about that. Sorry to cut you off. We did have a question on one, and we sometimes miss this when we're doing 2 weeks like this. But the person said, I loaded for 2 days and I haven't gained any weight. And so that's really important. You're going to add a 3rd day of loading. If you have to, you add a 4th day. But a lot of times when people have been trying to eat too lean, too healthy, limiting the healthy fats that they should have been eating, your body actually starts losing weight when you load. And if you're in that scenario, it just means you need to replenish your body even more so. So add that 3rd day. If you've only gained 1 or 2 pounds, do a 4th, but that's the max. At the end of 4 days, you start the protocol. So sorry to cut you off on that, Jonas. I saw that and I want to make sure we hit that with this group, because that's a really important, thank you for posting that in the chat. That's a really important and critical piece on the loading. You don't get a chance to go back and load again. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Kevin. No, that's more important than me going off on my little tangent of asking questions. So thank you. Thank you for bringing us back to reality here. Yeah, just let's follow through with what we can do. Next, let's bring up Miss Ray Beverly. Ray, how you doing?
I'm good.
So Ray,
better than ever.
Ray, you were reaching out to me back in 2020 because you're like, Jonas, what's going on? But everything was happening. You gained a lot of weight in 2020. We talked about that. Then you finally came and hit me at the end of March, and you said, hey, I need to do this. Ray lost 17 pounds, 6% body fat. So Ray, kind of talk to us about what 2020, what you gained in 2020, why you wanted to lose this, and going through the process, because you used to be a big workout person. Now you go, I want to stop working out. I want to get, lean again. So talk to us a little bit here, Ray. Welcome aboard.
Yeah. So, a little bit of background. I'm actually in the Air Force Reserve. So coming out of basic, I was in what I thought was the best shape of my life. And I was in really good shape. So that was 2018 to 2019. Then 2020 hit. And I'm sure, as y'all are all aware, 2020 really screwed some of us up. me being one of them. I went from, I mean, I jumped probably 25 to 30 pounds. I don't remember exactly because the scale was no longer my friend. I remember it was probably April or May of 2020, and I looked at the scale, and this like just really bothers me because I'm a petite person. So man, I broke down and cried, and I didn't look at the scale anytime after that. But I looked at it, and I was at 158. 158. I am 5, almost 4. So 5, 3.5. I'm gonna count the 4. But man, it hurt. It hurt me to see that, and I stopped looking at that scale. And I don't know if any of y'all are like me, but when I feel like defeated, then there's no like, I'm just gonna go eat more, and that's kind of like my comfort. And so I just kept doing that. And man, 2020 was a terrible, terrible, terrible year. And I was going to the pool, and I looked so bad. I mean, my friends were telling me I looked bad. Everybody was just like, oh, they weren't necessarily saying you looked bad, but you know, in a nice friend way. And then yeah, like midsummer, I'd asked Jonas, hey, what's that program? You know, whatever, tell me about it. He told me about it, and I was like, oh, the cost, I'm not gonna do that. Well, come around, my birthday was April 20th. And so I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm doing it. Like, I'm sick of this weight. I'm sick of being this big. Like, I'm coming into summer. It's my birthday. I'm going to pay for this, and this is going to be my birthday present to myself. So I did it, and I thank God every day that I did. It is the best thing that has happened to me, and not just in the weight loss aspect, but my life aspect changed. I was actually just talking to my mom about this earlier, and I said when I started this program, my entire life changed for the better. Positive things happened. I started getting a lot more clients. I started, you know, a lot of toxic friends left my life, and then really good ones stayed or joined my life or came back to like into my life. I don't know about y'all, but my biggest thing was drinking. I was drinking a lot. I mean, it even got to the point where like my mom and my dad and my sister were questioning me, like, why is she drinking all the time? And I was depressed. You know, I was depressed. I was what I thought was fat. I was, you know, it was 2020. Y'all, that was me on my birthday last year. Yeah. And yeah, the next picture was a week, I think, or 2 before my birthday. And I was just miserable. I hated pictures. You never saw me smiling in my pictures. And so yeah, when I started this program, positive things started happening. And I think it had a lot to do with the fact that this program forces you to not drink. So when you're not drinking, you're not going out. When you're not going out, you're not hanging out with those party friends, you know, the Monday through Friday going out thing. I started eating a lot better. So then my body felt better. And then that first week I lost, I think 7 pounds. And so that was really motivating to me. And so when I went back in, I was like, okay, like I lost 7 pounds. I'm ready to go work out again and ready to like jump back, you know, into doing my lifting and running and everything. And Jonas and y'all were like, no, don't do that. And honestly, as he explained it, and as he just kind of did, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of motivation if you lose weight, and you're gonna be like, oh, let me just eat a little bit less and I'll lose more, and or maybe I'll go work out a little bit more and I'll lose more. Don't do that. Don't do it. Just follow the protocol. It worked perfectly. The only thing I really did, because a lot of y'all are asking me on the group message on the Facebook page, like, how did I maintain so much muscle? And a lot of y'all are assuming that I kept working out. I never once stepped foot in a gym. Not once. I never stepped foot in a gym. I never did any body weight workouts. I never did anything. All I did was I would go walk. And then if I got really stressed out with work, I would go for a run. And it was never more than like a mile, maybe maximum a mile and a half. So that was kind of with that. The hardest part for me was the not drinking. So the first week was, it was hard. It was really hard. It was like, man, I'm stressed out. I want to drink. And that was always like my go-to. And, you know, going into the second week, I think it even got maybe even a little bit harder because the weight loss wasn't as accelerated as that first week. So then I thought I was doing something wrong. And it was really hard. But my biggest suggestion is to is to meal prep, is to get your food ready, because I didn't do that the second week, and I wish I did, because I did cheat with like one of those little fast break things, those little like balanced meal things with the cheese and the almonds, and I ate one of those, and then I could see it the next day, or not really see it, but I could like tell. And so I wish I had meal prep, because I did that really quick, running in, being super hungry, but not having time to cook. So meal prepping, go for walks. If you're a big workout person, it's hard to be like, man, I just came from the gym, or I just came from working out every single day, and now I can't work out. How's this going to work? And it kind of messes with your mind. Go for a walk. Go for a walk. I think it's okay to do some body weight stuff. But I would stay away from it. I lost a lot of weight and I still have a lot of muscle. So yeah. But yeah. So overall positive changes in my personal life, in my professional life, and now with my body. And I've been if you're religious, I've just felt like I've been showered with so many blessings, and it's completely 180 turned my life around. And I was just with a friend yesterday, and we were at the pool, and and he had offered me a White Claw. I would never turn down a White Claw, y'all. Come on. Like, it was a hot day yesterday. We were sitting at the pool, and I was like, nah, you know what? I don't need the calories. So I like turned it down. That's like unheard of. And also yesterday, I pulled out a swimsuit that I have not worn, and I don't even know why I kept it, because I never in a million years thought I'd ever wear it again. But I put on, and I was wearing the swimsuit that I probably hadn't worn since like, I don't know, like mid-college, my sophomore year. By the way, I just turned 29, y'all. So that was a while back.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
It's always fun when we can go to the back of the closet. So y'all get ready for the clothes in the back of your closet, because you're going to go, what? We've seen everybody pull out jeans, pull out old shirts.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, I haven't been able to wear this. So thank you for that, Ray. We love your body transformation. That's been something huge. And just, you can see it, just your before and after. I mean, from both of those pictures, guys, 2020 did this to everybody. That was me included. That was almost every single person on here. Again, the statistics show women gained an average of 22 pounds in 2020. Men gained an average of 37 pounds in 2020. So just think about that. Think about who it is that you were hanging around. Who else kind of gained that weight? We are those that we're the average of the people that we hang out with, just because of that programming. So we've heard from Wendy, we've heard from Ray. They've done it before. I want to introduce y'all to Mr. Stephen Smallwood. Stephen's been crushing it. Stephen, you just wrapped up week 1 right now. And kind of tell us your story. Tell us why you wanted to do this, and how much have you lost now in your first week?
Cool. Thanks, Jonas. Yeah, what's funny is I didn't want to do this. I needed to do this. I had to. My wife and I started a business. We've been running like crazy. Everything's been going really great. But like you said, the 2020 weight just started piling on. I found myself for the first time in my life at 268 pounds by the time it was all said and done. Sitting still at a table, you're working, we doing everything on the computers nowadays, doing Zooms. You sit for an hour, 2 hours, my feet would start swelling, legs would start swelling. It was just crazy. Saw Dr. Darren Mitchell posted his results, and I reached out to him, started talking to him, and between talking to him, going in to see him, I just said, look, I have to do something different. And you're right, I am blown away by what this product has done. It is crazy. I'm very, very thankful to Prime My Body for even doing this. My start weight when I got done fat loading was 268. So before fat loading, I was 262. So I gained 6 pounds in that 2 days. The second morning, so day 2 of weight loss, morning 2, I weighed in, I had dropped 9 pounds. And I actually had to, I looked at the scale, and then I actually had to lean in and kind of, wait, what? Man, I'm only 42, but maybe I need some glasses. I don't know. I'm seeing this wrong. It is now day 8. We're at the end of day 8. Just had my meal for day 8, and I am down 19 and a half pounds. So almost 20 pounds in the first 8 days. And I I am beyond excited. My wife is doing the program too. She's down 10 pounds. My mother is doing it as well. She's down 11. So it's blowing us away at how easy it is. And I have to say, it's easy because of the support groups, the Facebook group. Dr. Mitchell has his own breakout group on WhatsApp that I'm part of, and just seeing all of the different things that are in there, it's just absolutely staggering. We even did this during a move. So this is we moved to a new city 3 hours away. We packed up a 6-bedroom house and moved everything. So in the middle of all of that, we did it. We wouldn't have been able to do it without the guidance from the book. JT, CJ, Dr. Mitchell, everybody's been really great, kind of guiding us into meal prep and what we need to do to prepare. So I don't have as much knowledge as all these other people who have gone through the full program, but I am blown away by my results now. And I can promise you, I will stick to this to the letter of what you guys said in the book. And I'm starting to tell everybody about it. And people are seeing it. I mean, 20 pounds down, that's a lot of weight.
It is. Congratulations for you, your wife, your mother. Wow. This is, so together y'all have lost what, 40 pounds in a week?
Yeah.
Man,
yeah.
the household a little lighter, isn't it?
Oh, it's wild. I find myself like, you ever have those moments where like, your leg bounces? Because I used to be always an energetic person, but I've gotten, the more weight I got, the more lethargic I got. And now I find myself, I look over my legs, tapping, and I'm thinking, okay, I sit at a desk for an hour, and I get up and I can walk without having to stop and go, oh man, I can tell I'm swelling. And it's weird to even say that I was having that issue, because I've always been a decently athletic person. So I guess 2020 snuck up on me, but just blown away by the results. Can't wait to see. I'm dying. I'm dying to see if I can. I told John Taylor today, I'm like, if I can do a pound a day from here on out, I'll hit 40 pounds in a month. And I'm so excited. I haven't seen that weight in like 10 years.
That's so awesome.
So
congratulations. Let's keep it going. You got 3 weeks left. Kevin, you got any words of advice and wisdom for Mr. Stephen?
Oh, Stephen, I mean, great. That's awesome results. And again, Stephen's having tremendous time, 19 pounds, you're definitely on the high end of the curve. You're a guy. So again, everybody on this call who's not seeing those exact results, like Wendy said, it's not about comparing. So keep that in check. But you're having success. Your wife's having success. You said it was your mother, correct?
Yeah. And they're just as excited about their 10 and 11 pounds. Like Wendy said, I think it was Wendy that was talking about losing more inches. They're losing inches.
Yeah, you do. And if they want to talk about inches, wait till weeks 3 and 4. That's when you really vacuum pack down even more so than weeks 1 and 2. And so it just keeps getting better. Jonas, I think the big thing to circle back with Stephen, everybody here is, and there's a lot of questions in the chat for this program, just when you're talking to people, as we're talking on these calls, you're reporting in the chats, we talk about weight loss after loading. So that's a question people always ask. Do I do my before loading or after? And the reason we do that is because you're trading bad fats for good fats. Loading forces your body to put structural normal fat back on. And then we're going to get rid of that lumpy, bumpy surface fat throughout this program that you don't want, which tailors in right to another question, which is, what if you're right at your target weight, you're doing this program to detox? Do we need to gain 5 pounds? Well, the answer would be 3 to 5 is the target range. So if you gain 3, you can technically start. If you're at your goal weight, but you look at yourself in the mirror and you see a lot of lumpy, bumpy surface fat, I would get that 5 pounds on and trade that 5 pounds and get rid of 5 pounds of that lumpy, bumpy surface fat that you don't want and stay the same weight by the time you're at the end of the program. So that's a question that keeps coming up, Jonas. And Stephen, congratulations to you, your wife, and your mother getting all this stuff off. I mean, your whole family, that's a great key right there, is teamwork. Support. Ray, you said that you'd be accountability partner to people in the text and the chats. This group is so critical, because when you get those days when you don't want to do it, you have all this family around you encouraging you to do it, or if you fell off the bandwagon, encouraging you to get back on. And that is so important as you go through this system. Jonas, you've coached thousands of people the last 9 years doing this, and you know how important that accountability is. And Stephen, you're an inspiration. There's people on this call that just heard your story, and Ray and Wendy. There are people on this call that heard you guys today that identify with you and identify with your area in life where you're at. And you guys are blessing the lives of other people. And that's really what this is about, is giving back this blessing over and over. And it just keeps growing because people are getting their lives back for the first time. So Jonas, I've probably said enough for this whole call. I can say anything else you want to, but I'm impressed with what I see and with all the people in the chat and on this call. My wife, Becky, and I, this is a dream come true to see this blessing the lives of so many thousands of people. It's just, this is what we've hoped for this whole 12 years we've done this. And it's finally launching to the world, which is amazing to see.
That's beautiful. Thank you again, Kevin. You always have great words of wisdom, and I love being able to bounce back and forth with you because, you know, we all have kind of learned our own way in this and just in teaching and coaching, and there's no right way or there's no wrong way. There's just different aha moments, different points of view that we can all see. So for everybody getting started, I'm going to give you a couple words of wisdom. Go have fun doing this. Go figure something out new. Go get that scale. Go weigh your food. Go start liking the foods. Go start enjoying the process, because you don't have to be loading anymore. You know, or if this is your last day of loading, you don't have to load anymore. So go feel as disgusting as possible, because you go, you know what, this is the last time I'm going to have this food. Just like Ray said, hey, you know what, I was offered a White Claw. I was like, no, I'm good. I really don't need it. So you're really going to see, we're going to change the hypothalamus of the brain, typically around day 21. So enjoy the process. You don't have to load anymore. Let's start looking forward to these daily wins. Okay. Really excited for everybody. Plan and prepare your foods to be successful. You know, succeed in planning, plan on succeeding. Fail to plan, plan on failing. This is why we've gotten overweight, because we haven't planned our foods out. We're going, yeah, sure, let me have that White Claw. Sure, let's go to fast food. Sure, I'll hit a happy hour. You don't go, no, I got to go do something. I was just at a golf tournament today. Guess what? Everybody was drinking. Everybody was going to eat afterwards. I said, no, it's 5 o'clock. I got to get home. I got to have some cod. I got to have some spinach. I got to hop on a call, because I'm not just talking the talk here. I'm walking the walk with you, you know, feeling leaner, feeling cleaner. Love how I feel right now. And so I'm like, hey, y'all can go get the booze. Y'all can go be drunk on a Monday. I need to come out here because we're doing this as a team, and y'all are my teammates, because I cannot let you down. So I want you to feel that with we will always let ourselves down. If nobody's looking, I'll grab a freaking cookie, okay? If nobody's looking, I'm going to eat some ice cream. If nobody's looking, I'm going to have that alcoholic beverage. But when I tell somebody I'm going to do something with them, I don't want to let you down. Don't let each other down. You'll let yourself down all day long. Don't let your partners down. Don't let your accountability buddies down. Don't let your community of Prime My Body 180 down. Let's understand what we signed up for, and let's be men and women of our words, and let's go do this. Let's go be successful at what we're doing, because you wanted to change something. 2020 gave you an entire year of going, sure, I don't have to work. I don't have to do anything. Everything's closed. Let me get some bad foods and let me get some alcohol. Y'all did that for long enough. Let's start now by saying, you know what? Let me do something for me. Let me make those simple sacrifices throughout the day. We all sacrifice on this protocol. It's not saying, oh, I love every food on there and this is all I ever eat. No, because I know everybody eats other stuff. So let's make those sacrifices to be better today. So for those of y'all starting week 1, crush it this week. This is going to be a great week. We're excited for you. For those of y'all that are transitioning from week 1 to week 2, love the moment and jump up and high five yourself when that scale says no weight loss. High five. My body is listening to me. I'm not following what my body wants to do. I'm telling my body what it needs to do. And now the body's going, okay, let's hang on to everything, because Jonas hasn't done this in a while. And then it'll release. Find that yoga, get that walking, move the body, love the body. And if you did have a standstill for a day or two already in week 1, like Kevin said, I had to have a talk with John Taylor, our lead marketer, and said, John Taylor, what's going on? You know, what is it you're hanging on to? Figure out what that stuff, it's mentally, it's emotionally, it's physically, that we hang on to trauma within the body. Figure what that is. You know what the answer is. You already know internally, you know what the answer is. You don't have to ask a question. Ask yourself the question, what's going on? What can I let go? And as you sit there and just think about it, because now your life isn't full of, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Now I'm seeing everybody saying, hey, you know what? I have more energy, Jonas. I used to take naps, and now we're outside gardening. You know, oh my gosh, I used to do this, and now I'm going out and loving life. I'm doing more for my family now than I've ever done before. This is what the protocol does for us. So enjoy the process. This is week 2 that you're starting. Love yourself. Figure out what's happening in your body. Figure out what your body likes and doesn't like. Listen to your body. It will intuitively tell you what it wants to get rid of. Listen to it. This is the first time in a while there's been so much chaos. There's been so much surrounding noise. Now when you start to fast, we slow down and we can understand. We fast to slow down. And I said this to our beta groups and our alpha groups. Everybody had 2019 and before, 2020 even prior to. Everybody on here was a human doing. Well, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this, I got to do that. This is the first time you get to slow down and become a human being again. Just be present, be with yourself, be with your own thoughts that you can love and enjoy and that you can flush out for the toxic ones. Stop being the human doer. Let's go back to being a human being, because that's what we all need in this world. We need less doers. We need more people present, more people alert. And that's where the hemp really comes in. It allows the body to calm, to center, to go back into that parasympathetic nervous system where your body can start to heal itself again. That's why we're doing this, because we want for every single one of you to enjoy this process and then be able to go share the benefits, because you're going to be walking billboards. And so I want to finish on this, and I'm going to give each of y'all 30 seconds, okay? Because I know we're almost out of time. So 30 seconds, please be by the time. Wendy, we'll start with you. 30 seconds on utilizing this, becoming a walking billboard, and utilizing this for marketing to be able to bless somebody else's life. If you can hit us for 30 seconds on that.
Yep. It is about a blessing. You've heard so many people, you saw what they're losing, you see the energy, you see the major differences in health. So it's selfish if you don't share. You know, it's not about selling, market, you know, it's not that. It's just really being authentic and genuine and vulnerable and really talking to people to shift their life and change your life, including yours and your families and your friends, and go for it. You are a walking billboard. Look at you guys in 1 week. It's crazy. So go for it.
Thank you, Wendy. Ray, same question. You know,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, just like Wendy said, you know, you are a walking billboard, and you're gonna see significant weight loss if you follow this program. But again, it's not just about the weight loss. The confidence you gain from it, the energy you gain from it, the positive aspects when all of this happens on the outside, on your inside. I mean, everything changes, and you can easily. I don't even talk about so much about my weight loss. I talk more about the outside of it and how everything has changed. And so, you know, if you can speak on that to people, I know it's kind of hard for people to see that, but y'all just stick with it. And, you know, people who know you will see it and will listen, and they'll be able to vouch for you.
Thank you so much, Ray. Mr. Stephen Smallwood, 60 or 30 seconds. What you got?
60 seconds.
Yeah.
So exactly what they said. I mean, this program is going to change you. It's already changing me dramatically. What I can say is, what better way to change yourself and then actually see that hope put in somebody else? Because I guarantee you, people don't believe they can do it. There's so many yo-yo diets out there. There's so many crazy things you try. People don't believe that they can do it. They want to, but they don't. And so with what we're doing here, them seeing the results, seeing is believing. They are seeing your results, and that will you'll watch. You can see the hope in their eyes, and to me, I think that's going to be the coolest factor of this whole thing. Just watching them actually think, maybe I could do this too, and you can change a lot of people's lives with this.
Let's go do it, and that's why we have the platform of Prime My Body to go change the lives. So, Kevin, Stephen, Wendy, Ray, thank y'all so much for being on here. For everybody that's on here, we'll do this call again Thursday at 7 p.m. So that way, now we're over halfway through the week. We're going to talk to the week oneers, the week twoers. Let's have some more fun. We're going to bring some more people on to be talking to you, more guests. We want to keep filling this call up. And with some of you that are on this protocol too, that are crushing it, we want to bring y'all on here. We want to really hear how you're doing it. We want your tips, your tricks, your techniques on how you're so successful at doing this, because I don't know everything. Kevin doesn't know everything. Y'all are creating new ways of doing this protocol. And so I'll never sit here and say, I know everything. I'll sit here and say, I am ready to learn. I want to hear from Ray's, from Wendy's, from Stevens. I want to hear from Kevin, because I want to continue learning myself, because the better we can all get together, the more lives we can go out and bless. So thank y'all so much. We got a leadership call starting in 10 minutes. If you're an affiliate or thinking you want to be an affiliate because you're doing so well in this protocol, in 10 minutes, we'll be on our leadership call. Get with the person who got you on this call. Keep losing weight, keep kicking butt, keep having fun. Talk to your accountability partner. Set your goals for this week. How much do I want to lose this week? You know, if you set a target, you know what you're going to hit. If you don't have a target, then what are you going to hit? Let's go find that target. Make that goal today. Let's go crush that goal this week. Guys, so good to be with y'all. Always, Coach Kraft's coming at you. We'll see you next, this coming Thursday. Adios. Bye-bye.